Hello, my name is Michael Garrick, and this is Popping Culture. My guest today is a very funny comedian. If he's in your city, please go see him. Thank you for being on the show, Fabian Murillo.
Thank you, Michael. You're too kind. You are
Nice,
too
nice,
kind.
nice. Like I said, guys, Fabian is hilarious. If he's in your city, please go see him. He'll keep you laughing. I want to go ahead and tell you guys if you're watching this visually, my background is blurred because my room is dirty and I just did not get a chance to clean it. That's the only reason. If anybody has any questions, that's the reason why. All right, we can go from there. Uh, Again, Fabian, thank you so much for coming on Popping Culture, man. Whenever I have comedians on, which I need to stop saying that. I always have comedians on. That's pretty much 99% of my guests are comedians. But I
I
love
mean,
ex yeah, pretty much
probably the best guest to have on, you know what I mean?
the one thing I can say about us comedians, we love to talk. So it's perfect.
Hey,
But the question I always love asking is I'm a lot of people like talk about bombing, but I'm more into succeeding. So when was the first time you killed and how did it feel?
oh man, I had a set and I'm so glad that I had it recorded that night. I just one of those nights I don't always record them, you know what I mean? But that night I told somebody to record me and I mean, I killed for me. You know what I mean? Was it killing? I don't know, but I remember I still go back and I watch that thing, Mike. Like it was just a set. What did I cover? It was about when I had become a vegetarian for like a year, and I was just talking about how I broke up with meat, and it was like it was at Art Bar. I'd gotten it recorded, and it was just one of those things where like people were laughing, and I remember I went back and watched the video and like it's when you hear people laugh for real, you know what I mean? And like they're really laughing, you know, and like you keep it going and they keep on laughing. And I was just like, damn, that's what's up, you know what I mean? So I mean it's the greatest feeling. It's not it's so funny because it's like sometimes when you're in the moment, you're so caught up in your head or like just trying to get through what you're doing that you don't even take it in. I'm still at that phase, I think. I think once you get like past a certain phase, my bad, my dog's over here dying. Once you get past a certain phase, like, you know, I think people are more in the moment with their comedy and stuff, but I'm still in that early phases where, you know, sometimes I'm still working things out in my head a lot. And so for me, it was more of like a later on when I watched it back and I could hear the audience and I was like, man, they really like that, you know, that was awesome.
Nice, nice. Has anything you've done before compared to that feeling?
There is nothing in my life that I've done that has been like comedy. I wrote something like that the other night. I was just like, comedy is exhilarating and terrifying and everything. Like it's like a fucking drug, man. It's like you get addicted to it. You know what I mean? And it can get dangerous. It can be the greatest thing in the world. It can be the worst sometimes. You know what I mean? But I wouldn't. I ain't trying to go to AA for comedy. You know what I'm saying?
Nice. Nice. Thank you. Thank you, man. That's the first time I got that answer. I appreciate that. Usually most male comedians are like sex, but it's good. Yeah.
Yeah, I would call it like a drug because you get high. I mean, you ever walked off stage and been high? Like I have had that feeling. You know what I mean? Like just it's a pump. It's like a pump like no other. Like you just I've had times where I've walked off and like the next day I still was feeling myself. You know what I mean? I'm like, damn, that was a great set last night. I'm the fucking shit.
Yeah. And bombing can sober you up quickly, right?
Exactly. It's that's why I say it's the same thing. You can have a good trip or a bad trip, is the way I see it. You know what I mean? Like sometimes it ain't such a good time. But I mean that's part of the life. That's just it's how it is. You got to take the good with the bad kind of deal.
Yeah. That's true. All we can do is try to make sure we don't bomb and kill as much as possible. So, uh,
For sure.
what got you into comedy, by the way?
Oh man, I had wanted to do it for. I mean, I grew up watching stand up. I mean, for real, like just I love stand up comedy. You know, I grew up watching like Latin Kings of Comedy, the Black Kings of Comedy, Dave Chappelle, like before he even disappeared to Africa for a while, you know what I mean? Um, George Carlin, comedians like a lot of these comedians that I like. I grew up watching Seinfeld and stuff. I like comedy, and then yeah, one day I was just like, I'm gonna do it, and I did. You know what I mean? Like it's just kind of one of those things where it's just like I signed up to go to New Brooklyn one night, and I just did it. I don't know. It's just one of those things where you just do it.
Nice. I feel like I should know this. I'm definitely think I know one person, but who was the lineup for the Latin Kings of Comedy?
Okay, so it was definitely George Lopez was in there, and
Yeah.
then you had Paul Rodriguez and
Okay.
Cheech Marin, and I can't remember the last guy's name, but I know we got Cheech Marin, Paul Rodriguez, and George Lopez. There's probably one more in there that I'm missing. Yeah.
I'm guessing George headlined or was the last comedian or no?
Yeah, for sure. He was definitely the last. He was headlining. I actually saw George a couple of years ago here in Columbia at the comedy bar on Decker. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, the Comedy House. Yeah.
Yeah, the comedy house on Decker. I watched George there.
I met George at a Waffle House 3 years ago, him and DL Hughley. And George was the nicest guy.
Boy, bro, DL in Latin Kings or Black Kings of Comedy was hilarious, bro. Like DL Hughley, I love DL Hughley. But yeah, George, cool. He was cool too. He was good in live as well. It's one of those interesting things where like you watch somebody that big perform a set, you know what I mean? And it's like I don't know. It's funny. It's like he works through that set too. You know what I mean? Like anybody else. You know what I mean? Like that. This is his set. You know what I mean? Like it's funny. I don't know.
The
I watch
biggest
people in town.
Nice, nice. The biggest thing I remember that night was, besides them being very nice, was I think the manager was there to walk because they just came to the Waffle House. It was in Florence, and where the Florence whatever building that is, they just came right across the street. Like it was like 1 a.m. in the morning. But they came right across, and the manager was like, "Do you want people to stop coming?" Because everybody at the Waffle House took a picture with them. They took a picture with everybody that was at the Waffle House, and the manager was like, "Do you want me to? Hey, you want me to stop this from happening?" And you could hear George say loudly, "No, this is what's supposed to happen. We didn't work this hard for people not to come up to us. This is our livelihood." And I never forgot that because
Yeah,
I was like, "Yeah, that's right. You never want to get too big where your fans, the people that put money in your pocket." I'm like, "No, no, no, get them away from me." Like that's.
for sure, for sure. Would you want to be famous like that?
Yes, yes.
Yeah,
Uh,
you working for the fame. All right, that's cool.
uh,
I've wondered about that myself. Actually, like lately, sometimes I've been like, man, do I want to be famous? I
uh,
love comedy, you know what I mean? Like I love doing this, and then I'm like, I mean, wishful thinking and all that, but it's like, what if this shit made me famous one day? I'm like, do I want to be famous?
yeah, it's come part of the grind. I think for me, it's just like, did I work this hard for people not know who I am? And also, as much as I love, like in the early stages of stand up where I am and where you are, as much as I love going in the room and be like, oh, these motherfuckers don't know I'm funny. They don't know. They don't know what they about to get into. I would love for a day to be like, okay, yeah, they know, like they know this is about to get good. Like I don't have to prove
Yeah,
anything anymore. They
yeah,
already
yeah,
know, or their
yeah.
friends have already told them, like, no,
You
you got to
just
come see
walk
this
on
guy.
stage. You just walk on stage and get a standing ovation. Like,
Yes,
damn.
yes, I am really. I can't wait for the day of just, oh, that's Michael Garrett. Besides the, who's this motherfucker? Like
That's what's up, man. I wish you all the best in your journey. That's
nice
awesome.
man. Same for you, brother. Same for you. So the topic you chose was early 2000s music. Uh, uh, Mostly, well, the I'm trying to find a way to word it. I know we worded it
I
like
know
on
it's
Facebook,
hard to describe.
product placement music that is talking about a product. We're going to get to
Yeah.
other mainstream music, but I would like for us to discuss, is there any like um melodies from restaurants or different like main source product songs that you remember that you enjoyed from the 2000s or even before?
Like restaurants?
or anything like just
Oh
something that
man.
is mainly made by a company to sell their product.
Oh, I mean, I got the songs, man, but I mean, outside of that, like advertising, I don't know, I can't really think of anything like that. But I mean, there's a bunch of songs like I was telling you about that I grew up with in the early 2000s that I was just like, one day I remember I was paying attention to my playlist and I was just like, every single one of these songs is trying to get someone to buy somebody, get somebody to buy something. You know what I mean? I'm like, they were in your face about it back then. You know what I mean? Like it was funny.
Yes,
Um,
yes.
I mean, if you want to go into it, I can. You ready
Uh,
to step into the first one or what?
the only thing I think about when it comes to that I remember from like the 2000s was McDonald's had a thing where besides blah 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 I'm loving it, they had a real
Mm,
thing where they were
mm,
like trying to like introduce R&B music to their commercials, and I'm so glad they stopped. It was just
really?
very it
You
it was so horrible. I remember
trying to have sex with a Big Mac?
apparently that's what they thought.
You trying to undress a Big Mac?
I guess that's what they
Ooh,
thought the
baby.
black community wanted to hear. And I also remember the California Raisins, like they tried to make a comeback, which that didn't work. And there's a lot of trying to use music to sell products that just they shouldn't have. Like I don't. Somebody actually had a meeting and was like, "I approve this," and they should have never approved it.
Oh yeah, yeah. There's always some bad people in the boardroom that just pitch an idea sometimes, and how somehow it ends up on TV, and you're like, how did they let this motherfucker slide? You know what I mean? Like, oh my bad. Are we good on? Oh, I'll try and keep the profanity down to a minimum so we can
Oh no,
stay
because
on Twitch for a little while. I hope. Okay. All right. Yeah. Yeah. Sometimes, yeah, for sure. You watch commercials or hear things on the radio, and it's just like, really? Yeah, this was the one y'all went with today? For real?
who got this easy paycheck? Who's the person?
Yeah.
uh,
Greg, Greg, shut your ass up.
yeah, you ain't nobody buying this shit with this song. But
Yeah.
I'll let you kick it off, buddy. What's the first song that you have in mind?
Oh, I mean, I don't think anything tops this one as far as like product trying to sell back in the day. O2, Nelly, Air Force Ones. I think everybody knows Air Force Ones by Nelly, or at least if you over 25 probably I would say
Yes.
Air Force Ones by Nelly. That was huge. I remember I was in sixth grade when that song came out, man. I was in middle school, and everybody at my middle school had a pair of Air Force Ones after that song. You know what I mean? Like, and it was just like the song. Everybody's got either the plain all white ones, and then everybody had to have the plain all white ones, and then people started getting like different colored ones and doing up the laces real big. But basically, if you didn't have Air Force Ones on Monday, you ain't shit. You know what I mean? Like, that's what it was like. It was crazy, and that like it was a couple years like that I felt like that it's funny. Like I look back on music and I listen to some of my songs and I'm like, man, they were really pushing. And it's funny because like I don't know actually. I was thinking about it before we had this conversation. I was like looking up music, and I mean, to some extent, product placement has always been in music. You know what I mean? Like it's always been a thing. And it doesn't matter if you remember back when music videos were a thing. I don't know if you remember like MTV pop up video and stuff or anything like that, but uh, like yeah, there's always product placement and people are always talking about products in their songs. But I don't know why I feel like that era for some reason, like the early 2000s, like it really changed it. Where like for a time, that's what music was about. I felt like was like what you had or what you had bought. You know what I mean? And maybe to some extent, it still is dripping into today. You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
I feel like it did have an effect on. I mean, this is pop culture, so I would definitely say it had an effect on pop culture in that way. Like, absolutely.
For me, that song definitely hit. Air Force Ones by Nelly, definitely a hit song. I just my mom bought me one pair of Air Forces and she bought me one pair of Jordans. That's the only pair I've ever owned in my life. To me, I had to learn how to walk in them because I got a crease in
Yeah.
them literally within an hour.
Oh no. Oh, you
And
fucked up, bro. You couldn't
yeah,
have creases.
and literally one of my friends told me that he was like, you messed up. Like that, you might
Can't.
as well get new ones.
No,
And I was like,
no,
excuse me, sir, you have no idea. I just went from Shacks to these. This is actually $50 more. You have no idea how hard it was to explain to my mom, hey, we need to get these. Like this wasn't an easy conversation. Um, but yeah,
yeah.
I would never buy Air Forces. Like I'm straight Vans and Converse. Like
Yeah, all day long, all day long.
yeah,
I had a couple buddies who had like this piece of plastic that they would put on the inside of the shoe, like where the crease would be, to keep their foot
yeah,
from creasing that shoe. You know what
yeah.
I mean? I'm just so y'all are ridiculous. You know what I mean? Like y'all are ridiculous.
These shoes need a
And
tutorial.
yeah, for sure, for sure. And another one, another one came out
Wait,
around.
one one
It was
one
an
second.
'04. Oh,
If I
you
can ask you
good?
one question before you move on.
Yeah.
Uh, what if you have you been looking at these memes about Black Air Forces energy? Like apparently, if you wear Black Air Forces, you whoop ass.
No, I didn't know this. This is
Yeah,
news to me.
check it out later, man. There's a
Oh man,
whole thing of like, I guess if you see somebody wear Black Air Forces, just know they don't have much to lose.
they got big dick energy if they got black Air Forces on. They got that big dick energy. Hey, I'm about to come up on I'm about to be at the joint next Monday with these black Air Forces on,
What?
Michael. You about to see me walk in and be like, Mike, check out my feet, bro. I'm coming in here, bro, knocking doors down.
I'm like, ladies, beware.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah.
uh,
No, that's cool. I have to check that out. I'm pretty bad. I'm getting old these days, man. That's the thing. I'm so bad with I mean, you see me. We talk about pop culture, and I'm up here bringing out the early 2000s because that's where pop culture died for me. You know what I mean? Like I just that's it,
bruh,
bro.
I
That was
was,
it.
bruh, you ain't lying though, man. I heard at my son's karate class, I heard one of the kids say the late 90s. I was about to choke him. I was like, I don't know what he
The
talking about.
late night.
All I heard something about the late 90s. I was late 90s. Wait a minute. Now this ain't
You
cool.
mean
Now
back?
this
You mean back in my prime? What you
yeah,
mean?
yeah.
Back
I
in
was
my
like,
prime?
yeah, I'm
Yeah.
29, bro. When I heard late 90s, that shit hurt my heart a little bit. I was like, you I forgot what he was trying
I
to talk
know,
about.
man. 1990 was 10 years ago to me, bro. I don't know what you talk about.
Yeah.
1990 was 10 years ago. That's
I
that's
I'm talking about kids all and I'm talking about even like I be talking to 21-year-olds and they be like, man, Drake and Josh was it. I was like, I don't know about Keaton and Kale.
oh my God, bro. All right, so that's how I really knew I was getting old. I don't know if I'm detouring too much off of this. Let me know, but
Oh,
just
no, it's a
yeah,
conversation, man. But everybody, I had a conversation with 21-year-old. It's a comedian. He's like, man, Drake and Josh, man, that was a really talented show. I was like, unseasoned Keaton and Kale. How dare you?
bro. When I tell you, so I started working at this job, and like I've been here for a couple years, and then they started hiring new guys, and these new guys are they're like 10 years younger than me. You know what I mean? I'm 31. They're coming in like fresh out of college. You know what I mean? Like, and when I tell you the first time I heard one of these fools come up behind me and say, Mr. Fabian, and I was like, who? Who is Mr. Fabian? Who is Mr. Bro? I'm like, oh, you put a lot of responsibility on me with that title now. Hold the phone, bro. Hold the phone, Mr. Fabian. But yeah, and then I was just like, bro, I was like, I ain't that old. And he just looked at me and he's like, Mr. Fabian, you still use Facebook. And I was just like, God damn, bro, you really taking shots right now. You're
Are
really
you
taking shots right now, bro.
are
Like
you a
this man's telling
supervisor?
me. That's, I mean, I'm his team lead. I'm his team lead. So I mean, it's
You gotta
enough.
get him
It's
out of
enough
there,
for me
bro.
to be like,
You
shut
gotta
your
get
little ass up.
you gotta get
Shut
him
your
out of
little
there.
ass up. I know.
You gotta
No,
get
but
him out
one
of there,
day,
bro.
one of these fools, we had a party in the office back like pre-COVID days or whatever, and this fool was pouring himself some orange soda, some Fanta, I think it was. I remember I seen him pouring it. I just turned around and I was just like, who loves orange soda? And bro, when I tell you, this man just looked at me like, "The fuck is wrong with you, man?" I was just like, "What the fuck? You serious?" Are you serious? You don't know who loves orange soda? Cam, motherfucker, Cam loves orange soda. Sick of these motherfuckers. I had to go. I was like, that's it. I'm done with y'all. I'm done.
Yeah, party
Done
over
with this fool.
this. So what's the next
Yeah.
song, brother?
Oh, all right. So we had O2 was Nelly with the white tees, and then we had Dim Franchise Boys. I don't know if you remember. I bang in my white tee, slang in
Yes,
my white
yes,
tee.
yes. Some of the
Everybody
best.
had a damn fucking white tee, bro. Everybody had a big ass white t-shirt. I remember I was at summer camp, and everybody had a big ass white tee. Fruit of the Loom, Hanes, didn't fucking matter. And you couldn't wear that motherfucker more than once, because goddamn if that shit was not white the next day. You know what I mean? Like that shit had to be crisp and fucking Clorox bleach white.
For people that don't know, when you say big, what size do you mean?
We're talking like double XLs and you are schmedium at best. You know what I mean? Like you are not. I mean, it looked like a damn nightgown. You know what I mean?
Yes.
But everybody. I mean, it was good because everybody was sagging and bagging at the time, so you couldn't even see, everybody's tighty whities on up underneath because they had these big ass white t-shirts covering them up. But yeah, sure, yep, you remember that. Everybody had the double XLs at minimum on the white t-shirt game.
Yes, and
That's
for anyone
funny.
that's also listening to this and they don't remember this time period, them franchise boys, that was it. Don't be like that's the only song. If you look up White Tees, they should come up. Don't like try to Google them and try to find like their greatest hits. It's a greatest hit. It's it's like looking up Asher Roth. You got one song.
Hey man, that was their summer though. 2004 was them franchise summer. Okay,
Yeah, they had a
that
strong
was it.
they had a strong 8 weeks. I agree. Um,
Yeah, yeah,
is
it was that was the summer, man. I remember there was another one, same deal. You remember Crime Mob? Crime
yes,
Mob, Knuck If
yes,
You Buck. They had
yes,
stilettos back then too. I don't know if you remember stilettos, but all the
yes,
girls some stilettos, pumps in the
yes,
club. Yep.
yes.
So you had to
Ludacris
have.
just left them behind completely. Ludacris was like, you know
I
what,
ain't mad
guys,
at him though.
I ain't
I ain't
either.
mad at him, bro. I ain't mad at him.
I ain't
I get
man.
it, Luda.
I was like,
But
what? So you guys just
um
gonna smoke weed every day? All right, well,
I
I'm gonna go do
gotta
Fast and Furious.
I I gotta go make 12 movies. Hold on, I gotta go.
Yeah, I
These
guess that.
motherfuckers ain't gonna be buying t-shirts for or well, they weren't. No, that was fucking white t-shirt, but my bad. Yeah. Nope. You schooling me, honestly. I wasn't aware. Ludacris was part of Crime Mob then.
Or they were part of DTP. Either way, they were
Okay.
under his whatever his umbrella.
His label
So
or whatever.
yeah,
Okay. That's
so
cool.
so
Yeah, 2003. That was '04. That was White Tee and Stilettos. That was the same summer. I remember that. And
yes,
then like between Air Force Ones and White Tee and Stilettos, which was '02 and '04, there was '03. I meant to go in chronological order, my bad.
it's
But
okay.
'03 had T.I.'s 24s. You
Yes,
remember
that remix is
God
still one
damn,
of the
bro.
greatest remixes of all time.
Bro, everybody and their mom had 24s, bro.
Yes,
Everybody. It doesn't matter how big of a piece of shit car you had. Everybody like, and your 24s cost more than your damn car did. That's just how it was. You know what I mean? Like that's driving a hoopty with some 24s on it.
yes. I mean, Ti just had so much music about cars, like Top Let Back. Like it's so
Hmm.
like he definitely put like having a nice car. I mean, having a nice car is always popular, but like modifying your nice car. And yeah, 24s. And I saw 24s on some ugly cars, brother. Like some Nissan Sentras. There's no reason to put 24s on a Nissan Sentra because you're still driving a Nissan Sentra. Um,
Yeah. Hey,
uh,
but you had to have it, and that's my point. The you're, that's the power of popular culture. You know what I mean? Like, doesn't who gives a shit what kind of car this is on? That song said we got to have 24s, and hot damn, I'm about to have some. You know what I mean? Like,
yes,
it's
yes,
powerful. It's
yes,
powerful. You get people to take loans out and mortgages and shit on
yes. And the
money
thing
they
that
don't have.
yes, and the thing that was right before Spinners.
Oh my God. Yeah, I almost brought that up a second ago too. Spinners. I don't there's plenty of songs that reference spinners and all that shit, but
Yes. You
yeah,
remember what Cat Williams said?
there's what happened?
Cat Williams. Now, remember, this is Cat Williams at his peak. So Cat Williams literally said on stage, like, guys, if y'all don't have spinners, don't feel bad. The number one thing you learn when you get spinners, you can't see them bitches in the car. You are they are meant to
Hey,
entertain everybody but you.
straight up. Straight up. It's just a flash. It's just a big flash move, you know what I mean? And that's what all that was. That's what got ingrained in our lifestyles, I would say, by all of this music, all of these things. And it's probably a lot more than just music. And you got to take in advertising and the media, everything. But yeah, I mean, that's what I feel like a lot of my generation, it was just like, did you have this? And even still today, it's like, do you have this? Do you have that? You know what I mean? Like, I got that. And like people talk about, I don't want to get too deep or anything, but like people get into depression and shit, you know what I mean? Like, and I'm just like, yeah, we grew up in a society where like popular culture was pushing like having to have this or have that or you ain't shit, you know what I mean? And like I feel like that followed us through to adulthood in a lot of ways, you know what I mean? And sometimes people still feel that even in different ways today, you know what I mean? Like I don't have what they have, I ain't shit. And it ain't like that because like you said, like, you know, it's different when you looking out in, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's different.
Uh, the biggest thing I hated and I think this goes for every genre of music because I've heard this from so many different artists. It was like, this is meant to motivate you. It's like watching you get on a yacht doesn't really motivate me. It just reminds me that I can afford it. Like, like I never looked at it like at no point are
Yeah,
you getting on a yacht pouring like champagne on somebody's titties. Whereas I was like, should get a second job. Like it never added up to that.
yeah. It
If
just
I could,
reinforced how broke I am. It
yes, it just reminded me when I
just
go back to that.
reinforced how broke
Yes,
I am.
yes, when I go back to that one
Yeah,
bedroom apartment and I'm pouring water in a glass, it just reminds me that these there's no
yes.
titties in there. Um, one song, if you don't mind me interject, is one song that I was like I need to bring up because it was definitely a hit. Do you remember Apple Bottom Jeans and Boots with the Fur,
Boots with the fur, bro.
bro?
Boots with the fur. The whole
I,
club was looking at it, bro. The whole
bro,
club.
Nelly
Uh-oh.
has a song about apple bottle jeans. Of course, Nelly owns that company. I don't know if he owns it anymore, but Nelly did own Apple Bottom. Like he owned that. I think he
What a
sold it.
great investment.
Yes. Yeah. Oh yeah. Right. Just but that song, it was some of the best advertising for apple bottom jeans. Like they went off
I
the
know.
shelf. I think you can find them now at Burlington, but you can find Rockaway at Burlington too. So it is what it is. But what? How much do you
That
think?
song got me my first lap dance, bro. I was at summer camp. I was at summer camp in the corner of a dark room, apple bottom jeans playing. Some big old booty black girl standing in front of me, and I'm just like, yeah, apple bottom jeans.
Memories,
Yes, bro. Yes.
memories. Thank God for not saying her name. Don't say her name. But I last think I want you to
Nah,
be
I ain't
like
gonna do
April,
that.
April. Like, oh no, you edit all
No,
that
no,
out.
I don't remember. I remember. I remember. We don't say I don't remember.
Man,
Hey, what you doing? Get out. Get
imagine, imagine she sees this and just be like, "Bitch, better not say my name."
out. She gonna be like, there goes that little white girl. Look, that little white boy. How about broke his dick off back when he was 13?
I broke his dick off. So, so
I'm
I
glad
am
he
not
still
gonna.
grow up to be a man.
Yes, and for people that don't know, boots with the fur were not UGG boots at that time. These were just like
No.
some no-name boots, and then Uggs were like, guys, I know what we need to do. Yes. Uh,
Yes. Yeah, it was a time. That's my dog's tail wailing, wagging back there.
as long as it ain't yours.
No.
S-
No. And then oh, right after that, this was another big one. Also, Nelly was making good investments back in the early 2000s, bro. Uh, Grills, I think you probably remember Grills with Paul Wall, and I remember there was two other guys on that track as well. I remember, but I know it was
Man,
Nelly and Paul Wall.
no one else does either. I swear, bro, when I did research for this, it's a lot of people that had a great summer. I hope they invested well. I pray all of them invested in Apple because I was like, Murphy Lee, where Murphy been? And
I ain't gonna lie, bro. I saw the other two when I googled this shit as well for research, and I was like, ain't nobody know who the fuck they are.
yeah, when I saw Murphy Lee name come up, I was just like, Murphy, what the fuck happened?
Yeah, but grills, man, grills was the thing. I think I don't even know if in human civilization we had ever had grills before. Do you know? Like, is that even was had anybody ever done that before? Because all of a sudden, people got fucking full plated mouth. Like, I ain't fuck your grandma with the one gold tooth or your aunt with her, silver filling. This motherfucker got the whole damn thing in. You know what I mean? Like,
it made Paul Wall a millionaire.
oh yeah, oh yeah.
Have you ever actually had grills?
So define. All right, so let me tell you about my grills experience. You ever had a piece of juicy fruit?
Okay, I got you. I got you. I got you, brother. I got you, brother. I have never invested in a grill myself.
I was 13, bro. I was 13. I had money for no fucking grill. But I had 99 cents for a pack of juicy fruit.
I know people that are grown people right now that still wear grills, and I don't understand it. Even back then, I didn't really understand it because it was just like this. It didn't look cool to me. I was just like, man, that doesn't. It looked like it just looked like they had bad breath, in my opinion. Just like this.
Yeah, it was not a good look, but apparently it was really hot for a minute. It was the thing to do. I remember going to the mall back when people used to go to the mall and seeing those dudes that had like their jewelry stands in the middle of the mall and like all the fucking grills lined up and shit, like crazy patterns and stuff. And I was just like, wow,
yeah,
this is hot right now. This is hot.
Yeah, thank God
and
that
then,
shit.
Yeah. No, you don't see anybody rocking grills no more, right? I don't think so. I've never seen any like
I saw
hot new
somebody
ones.
last weekend with a grill, and it's a big guy, so I ain't say nothing. But in my mind, I was like, nigga, let this shit die like that.
Bro, just tell him next time you see him, just be like, bro, that was 2005.
Yeah, like
16 years ago, bro.
It doesn't even fit properly anymore. Your teeth are crooked now, like that.
Bro, Nelly retired, bro. Are you aware?
Yeah.
Yeah. He ain't retired actually. I seen they had I think he came to Columbia not too long ago with like a couple other people actually.
I'm like even Paul Wall doesn't make grills anymore. I think he turned them all into jumbo juice or something.
Or George Foreman's.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then the last one, I mean, it's crazy. I don't this is as far as I got in my list. I had 6 of them, but I mean, these are the big ones that I remembered off the top of my dome. But just closing, I feel like this is a good way to end it because it marks like the end of that time period of my life, which was 07. I graduated high school in like 08. So 07, I remember, I think I talked to you about this one when that Lip Gloss song by Lil Mama, again, it was like one of those one time, who the fuck is Lil Mama now? Like, I don't know Lil Mama, but she had a song back in 07 called Lip Gloss, and I am fairly sure that all the girls ran to the store and bought a bunch of lip gloss off of that song.
And it was a
lip
hit.
Gloss was popping.
It was a hit.
Lip gloss was cool, bro.
Yeah, it was like what. I'm not being honest with you. It was really Iggy Azalea before Iggy Azalea. Like it had that vibe. And like I said, it was a hit. Also, guys, like I said, no reason to look her up. Just type in lip gloss is popping. It's no greatest hits coming out.
No,
she did have another song, but I don't remember it.
I know. I'm not proud of a lot of this, Michael, but it's just the life that I lived. All right, it's just
It's
This
all
is
good.
what I grew up in. You know
It's
what I
all
mean? Like,
it's all good.
I hate to tell
Uh,
people.
do you remember? I think his name was Gigs or Jigs, but he had a song called "Chain Hang Low."
Do your chain hang low?
Yeah.
Does it wobble to and fro? Can you tie it in a knot?
Yes,
Yep.
it was
Yep.
nursery rhymes for adults, and
Yeah. Yeah.
I remember that song. People really got just they kept the same chain, but they would make it like the longer neck piece. And I just like even as a kid, I was just like, these are the dumbest marketing strategies ever, but they're working
But it
well.
worked, bro. It worked. It worked. And that's when I think they figured out how easy it was. I think that's when they were like, these motherfuckers will buy anything.
And
All we gotta
understand it
do is put it in a song.
and understand this really carries on to all genres. I grew up in a small town. I don't know about you, and I legit can kind of vaguely remember a song called "She Thinks My Tractor's Sexy," and like literally one of my neighbors got a new tractor. Like I did, just like
No. No.
just like out of nowhere, just like okay, this is like all right.
Yeah, no, it's a human experience. It is cross genre. I'm definitely sure there's been plenty of songs about Smith and Wessons and Chevy trucks, and probably that summer all the boys had Smith and Wessons and Chevy trucks that year. You know what I
Yes,
mean? Something
yes.
like that.
One of the biggest things I've noticed that almost you can name from any time period is music that endorses alcohol. When it comes to a song that endorses alcohol, do you have a favorite?
A song. I mean, Jamie Foxx was Blame It on the Alcohol. Of course, I mean I grew up with that one. Blame It on the alcohol. And then there's a all right, so I'm cross genre as well myself, Michael. So there is actually a song by a one Brad Paisley, country artist called Alcohol as well, and
Oh yeah, I love
it's
that
about
song.
his.
I do love that
Yes,
song.
you know that
Yes,
one. All right. Alcohol. Yeah.
it's a very
Yep.
true song.
Yes, sir. Yep.
Yes.
Those are the big ones that I remember right now off the top of my dome. Oh,
My
fucking that Little John. You remember Shots by Little
yeah.
John? I fucking didn't even go to the club when that song came out, bro. I was like, no, I ain't going to the club. Y'all stupid. Y'all trying to get me killed. Y'all trying to kill somebody. Shot. No, I want to go
Yes.
home.
Uh, I think Lil Jon had to walk so LMFAO could run.
Mm. That's that I'm in Miami, bitch,
Yeah.
right? Yeah. I'm in
Yeah.
Miami,
I
bitch. Yep.
I I have people that try to say they were one hit wonders, and they were not. I put them on the same level I put Flow Rider. Of course, Flow Rider sold more records, but I was like, they had it. Like when it came to like club
Yeah,
music, they had it at that time period.
yeah. That was a time period. That
Yeah.
like that. I feel like that duo right there, and maybe a little bit of Pitbull is a little bit of a time
Oh yeah,
period right
Pitbull.
there.
Forgot all
Like,
about Pitbull.
yeah,
Pitbull. Bro, I
yep.
was at a teen club in 2011. I was 19 and I was at a teen club in Orlando, Florida, and they played one of his songs called "Meet Me at the Hotel Room," and the lyrics literally go, "Forget about your boyfriend and meet me at the hotel room." And literally you would see these like teenage girls because I was a teenager. That's okay. Let's make sure we certify that part of the story. Me at 19,
Yeah,
seeing other 19-year-olds singing this song. I was just like, this okay. I guess this is what
bro. Now that you say that, and going back to the topic that we were talking about, you said hotel. How many people had hotel parties at the Holiday Inn when Chingy's Holiday Inn came out? Chilling at the Holiday Inn. You know how many people like just threw weekend parties at the Holiday Inn because of that song? You know what I mean? Like it's ridiculous, but it really happened.
yes, yes.
Shit's crazy.
Um, yeah, that's it's nah, my mind's fucked up. When you said that song, all I was thinking was I think R. Kelly's on the hook, and I was talking about teenage clubs. So we can keep going. Um, I was like, this ain't the time, Red Baby. I was like, so when you said, I was like, where is he going?
We're getting too close. We're getting too close.
I was like,
Toe the
where?
line. Hold up.
I was like,
We're
where,
getting too
where
close,
is he
bro.
going? No, you know what I'm talking
I
about. I was
know.
about, for a second, I really was gonna be like, I don't know what you're talking about. I have no idea. I was 19. I don't know what the hell.
I don't know that
Uh,
song.
yeah.
I
But
couldn't
my
even get a hotel room.
Yeah, exactly.
Uh,
But my song when it comes to alcohol is I'm a tequila drinker. Like I just started drinking again. Like I only have 2 drinks when I'm out. I might have 3 at my home. But it's this song called Jose Cuervo. It's like I took 1 shot of Jose Cuervo. I took 2 shots of Jose Cuervo. Jose Cuervo. Sound like I've been drinking now. I haven't. But and it
mm,
just that's really one of the marketing songs that I thought of.
that's like a Jimmy Buffett song, ain't it?
Yep.
That's like
Yes.
a two shots of Jose
Yeah.
Cuervo. Yeah.
Yes.
Hmm.
Yes. Jimmy Buffett. That's
Tequila.
all. That's a lot of Jimmy Buffett's catalog. Not all of it, but that's a good bit of it. That's a good bit of country
Uh,
music in general.
Jimmy Buffett made a living off of tequila.
Yes, he did. It was like
Off
5 o'clock
of,
somewhere. Like he definitely has a good catalog of that. Also, I want to talk about Wiz Khalifa and even Snoop Dogg. The way they have branded marijuana to the point that they have their own marijuana brands, strands and brands of marijuana. They have definitely used their music to not only sell marijuana but make it way more popular than it's ever been. And Willie Nelson, gotta give Willie Nelson credit.
oh yeah. Like you said with Lil Jon paving the way for LMFAO. Like, Willie Nelson's probably one of those people that paved the way for whether it's the same genre or not, for like Wiz Khalifa to just be able to openly talk about smoking marijuana all the fucking time. You know what I mean, on a track. I one day hope to blow some KK. Like I've not been able to acquire
It's good.
Khalifa Kush, but
That
I
that's
really
good.
hope that someday I
Yeah.
can acquire.
It's really good. Next time I get some in town, I got you. Next time
Oh my
I
God,
purchase.
please,
But I
please
will
let
tell
me
you one
know.
thing, man. What blew my mind, Purple Urkel. That is actually way better than it should be. But I'll tell you about that like
Purple
later.
Urkel.
It's
Okay.
you remember the guy that played Steve Urkel? He has his own strand now.
Yes.
Yeah. It's
No way.
called it's called Purple Urkel. And it's way better than you think. Like yeah, I was very surprised. I was like, okay.
Man, I'm trying to think of a good name for another one. I don't know if maybe he had like another strand called like Stefan Baum or something like that. I don't know. You remember
As long as they don't come
you
out with no
smoke that
mer
you smoke that purple Urkel, you look in the mirror, you think you look better.
yeah. I don't know, man. I wouldn't smoke that myrtle. I'd be like, you leave that myrtle for somebody else.
Yeah, oh,
Uh,
I don't know. I don't know about it. But yeah, like Snoop Dogg and Wiz, big. I went to a Snoop Dogg and dude, I went to a Snoop Dogg and Wiz concert in Atlanta. All right, like a couple years ago. Um, I mean, I was just blown. Like I don't know. I don't know what the '60s were like. Apparently, like apparently there was the '60s were something else as far as free use of drugs. Of course, that's what everybody explains. But I went to a Wiz Khalifa and Snoop concert in Atlanta a couple years ago, and it was like going to a marijuana convention. You know what I mean? Like everybody's just lighting up and shit, just chilling. Everybody smoking. No, police were right there. You know what I mean? Like the police were right there. It's not like they didn't know we were smoking weed. Like you can smell it in the air. You know, 3 blocks away. Uh, I don't
I
know.
can
It's
I can
crazy.
only imagine the cops being like, this is way too many people to arrest. Let's they're not gonna hurt anybody. If anything, they're gonna eat up all
Also,
the stacks.
what are you gonna do? Arrest everybody? You know what I mean? Like, and that shit's crazy because I remember like you see shit on the news sometimes where like rappers get like caught up or something where they're like, Lil Wayne got caught with like an ounce in his trailer or some shit like that. You know what I mean? And I'm like, these motherfuckers got people smoking at the show, like the whole fucking crowd. You gonna bust this man over an ounce of weed in his trailer or some shit? You know what I mean? Like, it's just crazy.
They will do it. They will do it. Just to scoot up a little bit in the timeline of music. I
Oh my bad.
really hate that they do it. Like I'm not a fan of it because I've just seen so many people pass away from it. Even with alcohol, to a extent, I've had friends pass away from alcohol. But I really hate when people try to like really promote lean. Lean is cough syrup. I've had 3 friends die from it. It's very sweet. It's easy to get addicted to, but people really try to promote it. Lil Wayne promoted it, and then he got like a bunch of seizures, so I guess he stopped for a little bit. But I know
Mhm.
he's big on promoting it. Even now with Moneybag Yo, and it's just really really
Yeah.
sad that people really promote um that. And don't get me wrong, people promote selling drugs, selling crack and all that, but lean is one of the really things that almost anyone can get their hands on. And it's really one of those sad things to see people really really say, hey, no, try this with Sprite, or try this with whatever.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, that's a hard one, man, because like it's funny. It's not funny, but it's interesting. Like the way you put that and the way you put the part before that, we were talking about marijuana and how everybody's like cool with marijuana now for the most part in the general public and everything. But like lean, you start getting them lean and stuff like that. That's it's different, you know what I mean? But at the same time, I'm like, I mean, yeah, you talk about Lil Wayne promoting lean and stuff, but I mean, I hear Future got a whole song about Percocets. You know what I mean? Molly and Percocets. That's what this man's whole song's about is Molly Percocets. You know what I mean? Like that's that's what everybody. Drugs are yeah. It's definitely influenced everywhere. That's a big one. That's a big one. I feel like weed don't count.
In my opinion, it does not either. Like,
We don't count.
I tell you one thing, I never heard an acid song. Like, I never heard a song where somebody was like, "You gotta do acid." Like, I guess that's probably not a party drug either, for the most part.
I mean, look, Michael, if you want to hear an acid song, I've never done acid. I'm going to tell you the
Me
truth,
either. Me either. I'm too scared on that one.
but I've done mushrooms, and I'm not
Yeah,
saying mushrooms are the same thing at all, but I've got a song for you that you should listen to. It's a music video and everything. It's I can't remember what the song's called, but it's by a guy named Sturgill Simpson. I think is his last name, Sturgill, country singer dude, but kind of like a country rock sort of deal. But that is a mushroom or an acid. That the song is about a mushroom or an acid trip. I'm not sure which one he was on, but if you're on either of them, I'm pretty sure you're going to be able to
nice.
connect with that
Uh,
song.
I'm
Like,
not. I'm not proud of my mushroom song. Like, I'm truly not proud of it. But a song I love to play whenever I do mushrooms, which isn't often, but if I do mushrooms, my song is "Okay Go, Here We Go Again."
I think I know that song. I
You
think
know
I
it.
know that song.
You know it because of the music video. They were on the treadmills.
Okay, I'm gonna play that after this. Okay, okay, here we go again.
Yeah, by the band OK Go. Yeah.
Okay, all right, I'm gonna have to check that out.
We should name this podcast One Hit Wonders. Like,
That's fine with me. That's
because
fine with me. I'm chock full of them, bro. I'm a walking jukebox of one hit wonders. I feel like is probably how it is.
same here, bro. I still remember trying to tell my brother Asher Roth's about to be the next big artist. That shit, I shut the fuck up now about music. I really do. I remember
You know what? Don't take my advice. Don't take my advice. You know,
yeah, I was
don't.
about to jinx. I was about to jinx Chance the Rapper. I was like, man, this Chance the Rapper guy's gonna have a. Then I shut up. I
Let me
said that he'd
stop
probably be
now.
a target right now. Um, cool, man. So is it?
Hey, hold on. Oh, go ahead. All right. One
You got
quick
it.
question, bro. I'm just curious if you've ever covered this subject on this podcast. Have you ever covered Drake?
No, not yet.
Bro, I don't care if it's like a Maj Podge episode where you like bring other people in, but if you're interested, let me know. I would love to go over that one. That one, that's ridiculous. That guy, that's a whole nother podcast.
Yeah.
That's a whole nother
Well,
podcast.
well, if you're willing to come back, we'll definitely do Drake. If you're willing to come back.
Hey, we do
All
it.
right. Is there anything else you'd like to say about early 2000s music, trying to sell products?
I'm glad I didn't have a job and I was broke.
Nice,
Cause I'd still be broke anyway. I'd have bought all this shit like a dumbass.
nice, nice. Well, man, thank you for coming on and talking about it, man. Truly appreciate it. Thank you guys for listening and watching, and have an amazing day.